What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ryan Pineda Show. We talk all things money, real estate, entrepreneurship, and in today's video, we are going to talk about personal brand, why it's important, how you can start yours, and what opportunities it can lead to. All right, so one of my favorite subjects to talk about is branding. And as someone who's built many different businesses, I love talking about business branding. I could talk about names, I could talk about logos, I could talk about social media presence. Anytime I get to talk about it, I love it. And creating a business brand is awesome. Anytime you see commercials, they're always business brands. In almost every single industry, you can think of the top brands that you know of. And the reason that you can do that is because they've done a great job at marketing and building a reputation. But more important than your business brand is actually your personal brand. Your personal brand is what allows you to do almost anything that you want. If you have a strong personal brand, it makes almost every single thing you do way easier. Let me explain. I recently had a mentor tell me that America is going through a massive shift currently. So a while back, America went through what's called the industrial age. And that was when America started manufacturing and really building its presence and dominance all across the world. And we did that for many decades. We built powerful businesses and brands that are known worldwide. That started to shift in the 90s when the internet became available. And we started to see the shift from the industrial age to the information age. Information and the internet are what became valuable. And you saw that information started to just become freely and easily attainable. Before there was Wikipedia, you had to go buy a bunch of encyclopedias to learn anything. Now you can go on Wikipedia and learn anything about anyone. Same thing with Google. If you wanted to find information about something, you had to go to the library. Then Google came around and information was so easy to obtain anywhere. And now we have YouTube. You can literally search how to do anything and somebody's gonna have made a video on it teaching you how to. And so we've gone through this shift the last 20 years. Information was not easily attainable and you had to usually pay money to get it, and in many cases, really big money. And as I said, that lasted for about 20 years and we're now entering this new phase of business and learning. And many people are calling it the age of influence. And this is now the age where anyone can become wealthy by just having eyeballs on them. If you're able to build up an audience and have people watch you on a consistent basis, you can make a living just doing that. And when I say make a living, I'm talking about you can do crazy stuff. Look no further than Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner was not selling information. What made Kylie Jenner wealthy was influence. And she used her influence to do other things. When she started her makeup line, it was after the fact of her being famous. Her makeup line did not make her famous and make her wealthy. She was famous first, and then she started the makeup line. And that's how she became a billionaire. You're seeing it with all these YouTube creators. There are people making millions of dollars every single year just to make videos. And yes, AdSense is part of their income, but the real money is in everything else they use from their influence. Whether you're David Dobrik and you have all these sponsorship deals, whatever he's got going on with Chipotle, I'm sure he's getting paid big bucks. Whether you're Logan Paul selling millions of dollars of merch or doing your Maverick Club. If you haven't seen my video on the Maverick Club, you need to watch that. You can find it in the link below, but the Maverick Club alone will probably make him tens of millions of dollars every year. Same thing with the Ace family. They weren't selling information, they weren't manufacturing anything, they just became influential. And that influence has allowed them to start their own club, which is the Ace Club, which I talked about in that same video about the Maverick Club. That will make them tens of millions every year. I saw they just started a company called Silly Juice, where they're now selling super sugary drinks for kids. And they're only able to do that because they have influence. And the world is gonna continue to head in that path. If you have a personal brand that people like, respect, and are watching, you can sell almost anything. For me, the more content I put out, the more eyeballs I get. I can build my other businesses up accordingly. I can tell people, hey, go to my company TrueBooks if you need taxes done. Hey, join my coaching program at Future Flipper. These are all real things you can do, by the way, in the link below. But that's not my intention for this video. I just want to prove a point that with influence, you can build any business you want. If you're like Kylie and you want to build a cosmetic business that can become $1 billion business, it's possible with influence. To build a cosmetic company from scratch when you've got no name for yourself is much harder. The better path and what people are gonna do going forward is build a name first, sell products later. And the great thing is, once you build a name, you're gonna have tons of products coming to you wanting you to endorse them. And you've got a choice. You can endorse them and be an affiliate, or you could potentially partner with them and be an owner in the company. I'm telling you this because I've seen it both ways in my own brand, being a small influencer right now. I'm not even close to a big influencer and I get the opportunities. I can't imagine what people with millions of followers and subscribers get. The opportunities are endless. And the great thing about influence is it's not something that just goes away. So if you're still with me right now and you agree, okay, being an influencer is cool, I get it, I can start businesses, what should I do? Point I want to make is that once you're an influencer, you can choose almost any path you want to go and have a very high chance of success just because of the eyeballs and traffic you're going to get. And this applies to anyone. I don't care if you're a doctor, if you're a dentist, or if you're a lawyer. If you can build up your personal brand, you're gonna get way more clients in your business. If everyone knows you as the best doctor because you put out YouTube content and people know you, you're gonna get more clients. If you're that lawyer on YouTube who's putting out great content and great value, you can believe people are gonna hire you. So there is no reason, no matter what your career is, to not take your personal brand very seriously. And the beauty is, once you're an influencer, even as a doctor, you can start endorsing other products that doctors use. And other doctors will trust that product because you have a presence. If you're still with me and you agree that, hey, being an influencer is cool, it's definitely gonna help my business, it's gonna help my lifestyle, how do I do it? I'll give you 3 quick tips on getting started. The very first thing you need to do is start social medias on every platform. That is the #1 way to become an influencer, obviously. And I would try and pick a handle or a username that can fit across every platform. Consistency is great for branding and it makes it easy for people to find you on multiple platforms. Personally, I like having your name in your username. That's one of the reasons that I use Ryan Pineda Show, because it has my name. And if people are searching for me, they're typically gonna be searching my name. One of my old handles that I used to use was All-Star Investor. And it was a cool name. All-Star fit with my baseball background. Investor, that's what I do. I invest in real estate. But people are not searching for the All-Star Investor. They're searching for Ryan Pineda. So it would make much more sense to use my name if possible. So if you have an uncommon name, you could probably find it on social media. If you have a more common name, it's probably taken. Mine were taken on all of them. So come up with a name like The Ryan Pineda Show. You could have also did Official Ryan Pineda. If you're a doctor, Dr. Ryan Pineda. Something that matches with your niche. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it, but I would pick something that includes your real name and that can transfer across all the platforms. So that's tip #1, start social media. Tip #2 is think about the image you want to put out on social media. I'm a younger guy running multiple businesses. I try and dress with a jacket. I try and dress with collared shirts and look presentable because my audience is usually people who want to become financially savvy, financially literate, and this is the image I want to portray of myself. Do I dress like this all the time? No, but on camera, this is the image I want to put out there. Maybe you're an up-and-coming musician. You don't need to dress like this. You can dress urban. Maybe you're a cowboy and you want to have that kind of look. I don't know, but figure out what kind of image you want to put out there and have it be consistent across all platforms. If somebody sees me on social media and I'm looking like a bum, dressed like crap, they might be confused of what exactly I am. I need to make sure that my image is consistent everywhere. The third thing you need to do is figure out, how am I going to deliver value to my followers? So whether you've got followers or not right now, it doesn't really matter. You want to figure out, how do I deliver value to those people who are here and who are coming? I knew from the get-go I really loved educating people. Even before I had a YouTube channel, I would always make videos talking about how-tos, real life experiences, things I thought people needed to know about, and I'm passionate about talking about that, and I hope it conveys through these videos. If it conveys through these videos, do me a big favor and go hit that like button. But maybe education's not your thing. You can also provide value by entertaining people. There are tons of creators like David Dobrik. He is not out educating people, but he is entertaining people and everyone loves it. So you gotta decide, how are you going to bring value to your audience? It's usually just one of those 2 ways. You're either educating or you're entertaining. And if you can do both, then you got a really high chance of success because now you're a double threat. So as an influencer, you're gonna have to decide which way you wanna go. And there's a lot more to talk about on this subject, especially when you break it down into each individual social media platform. The kind of content you have to put out on YouTube, the kind you put out on TikTok, the kind you put out on Instagram, they're all very different. So if you want to be successful as an influencer, you definitely need to figure out, what exactly am I going to put out on each platform. And if you want me to do a follow-up video on each individual platform, I'll happily do it. All you gotta do is make sure you comment below so I know that there's enough demand for those videos. I can talk about my best practices for YouTube, best practices for TikTok, best practices for Instagram. I think it's pretty valuable. But once again, I need to know that people want to see that kind of content. But in conclusion, I hope this opens your eyes on what's happening in the world and where we're headed. And I really hope you guys can take advantage of the trends, because if you do, it is going to make your life and your business and everything around you so much easier whenever you enter a new venture. That I can promise you. And if you got value out of this video, do me a big favor, go hit that like button. go hit the subscribe button. And if you really want, go hit the little bell notification. Follow me on my other social media channels. And until next time, take care.